Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip, and what we have for sale here today is a 930G cat loader. This is a tool carrier model. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second. We'll run it in the third. Price on a new machine like this these days is, I don't know, I hadn't priced them in a while, but I'll bet they're $230,000, $240,000 for a 930K. This machine has got 9,770 hours on it. And as far as manufacturers go, as everybody knows, Caterpillar is #1 in the world of heavy and light construction equipment and mining equipment for that matter. And that's not because they're cheap. The resale value on these guys is second to none, and there's a lot of reasons for that, from parts availability to quality construction. This particular machine weighs 27,963 pounds. The transportation length is 24.5 feet from the end of that counterweight to the bucket. The highest point is 11 foot to the top of that cab. And the widest point is this bucket at 8 foot 5 inches. Comparable machines are like a K621, a Komatsu. It's bigger than a Komatsu WA250, but smaller than a 320. It's kind of a tweener in between those guys. Like maybe the size of a John Deere 544 or a Volvo L70. As far as the history on this particular machine goes, this machine is an original owner machine, and this machine, like most of the machines we purchase, comes from a large, well-organized contractor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who had a comprehensive maintenance program that rivals some of the best I've seen. We, as well as our customers, have been happy with all the machines that we've purchased from these guys. And it should be said that before I buy a machine, my mechanics thoroughly inspect it first. And we don't buy junk. As far as options go, obviously this machine is 4x4. It's got a keyed battery disconnect right there. It's got a hydraulic fan, which is good because you can reverse the fan to clean out your radiator. Again, it's inherently four-wheel drives, all loaders are. It's got a quick coupler, as you can see here. And it's got a set of forks. The forks are laying over there. It's got auxiliary hydraulics. You can show them the ports on the auxiliaries. Right there. Some of the other options, you know, kind of inside the cab, is it's got an air conditioner. It's got a cold AC. It's 102 degrees out here in Dallas, and it's actually pretty comfortable in the cab of that machine. Matter of fact, we're taking this video with an iPhone. We have to put the phone in the freezer just to take the video because it overheats. This machine in the cab, you've got a button for parallel lift capabilities versus a bucket. Like if you're loading and unloading pallets and whatnot, you don't have that natural roll that the bucket, you know, that loaders have. You got a remote transmission control at the joystick for forward and reverse. You know, you got it on the steering column, but you also got it on the joystick. You got a 12-volt outlet in the cab. That's kind of handy to have, you know, if you want to plug in your phone or whatever. As far as the engine goes, this machine is a 60-gallon Cat 3056 diesel engine. The gross horsepower is 161. The net horsepower is 150. And it being a 60-gallon tank, you can run probably 12 to 14 hours on of work without, between fuelings, depending on your application, of course. This machine is mechanically sound. There's no leaks. Everything on it works. The transmission runs through all the gears without hesitation. There's 4 forward and 3 reverse as far as the transmission goes. Top speed in forward is 24 miles an hour, and reverse at 16. The tires are 20.5 25s. All of the treads match. There's no cuts in the tires. The hydraulics are strong on this machine. Again, there's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. You can get both sides of that boom there. Maybe on the other side too. All of the pins and the bushings in the work equipment are relatively tight. This kingpin area here is relatively tight for the, you know, it's commensurate with the hours on the machine. Oh, at the cutting edge. The cutting edge is a brand new cutting edge. It's 100%. As far as the operating specs on this machine goes, the bucket width is 8 foot 5 inches. Its height, the height of the bucket is 4 feet. The bucket depth is 3.5 feet. It says it's a 3-yard bucket, but I think that's a struck measurement. It's probably 3 1/4, 3.5 yard heap, but it's 3 yards. The loader pin, hinge pin height, if you were loading into a dumpster, is 13 foot 5 inches. The lifting capacity of this loader, lifting capacity on a loader is limited by its static tip load, which is, you know, simply stated, the hydraulics on this machine are so powerful that the machine will tip forward before the hydraulics give out. So the lifting capacity is limited really to the weight of the unit, which is, and in this case, the static tip load of this loader is 20,833 pounds. Let's come over here and we'll look at the forks. The carriage height is 31 inches. The width of these forks is 5 foot, and these tines from the face of this to the tip of that fork is 51 inches. We're gonna run it in the next clip. Okay, so this next video is just to show you how this thing has got an adjustable steering column. I'll show you that all the gauges work. Show that again. Here's your transmission neutralizer override. This is your auto shift if you wanted to auto shift or not. There's actually 3 modes on this. Here's your beacon light. These are your, sorry about that, I was out of frame. These are your park lights. This is your forward and reverse switch right here. You've also got one right here, so if you got to be in neutral over here to put it in. So right there, that works fine. Here's your wipers. Right over there. That's your rear wiper right there. Here's some, here's the hydraulic lock. Here's your, This has to do with your engine speed, and you can set the RPM. This is your coupler lock. This has to do with your throttle. This is a throttle lock right here, and this is whether you want the throttle to be locked on or not. This is your defroster. This is the option for forks or a bucket, so that you either get the natural roll of a bucket or you get the parallel lift of a forks. This is your transmission kick out, so that whenever you step on the brake, at some point your transmission kicks out. This is your heater and your air conditioner. Like I say, it's pretty hot out here right now, and this AC is blowing pretty cold. It's pretty comfortable in this cab. So that's pretty much it. This dude doesn't have a radio. Might be a good thing. So we're gonna run it in the next clip. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the cab. I was out of frame to show that these lights here work, so I'm gonna try it again. See, all those lights work. Okay, the purpose of this next video is actually to show that this machine is going to shift through all the gears without much hesitation. As you can see, we don't have much of a runway here, but we're going to get it up to, you got to get it up to about 15 miles an hour to get it to go to 4. Like I say, there's 4 forward and 3 reverse, so what we're going to do is attempt to show you that it's shifting through all the gears. I don't know if this camera is going to stay in frame because it's pretty bumpy, but we'll give it a shot. That was fun. Okay, we're gonna go, we've got it set up to where it starts in second, so we're gonna go in reverse now. So we're gonna, again, there's only 3 speeds in reverse. It's hard for me to keep my eyes on this, but I think that should have done that. I can't remember if I showed that all these lights up here work.